Hello, Golden State Warriors fan. Welcome to another special video prepared for you, who closely follow every detail of the NBA universe. Before we dive into the sizzling information that could shake up the basketball world, you already know. Subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and activate notifications so you don't miss any updates. This is what ensures you're always one step ahead, receiving the news that everyone will be talking about. Now, without further ado, let's get straight to the point. In recent weeks, American basketball has been flooded with relentless rumors. Specialized portals, renowned journalists, and trusted insiders have spread speculations that have ignited debates among fans and experts. And now, the conversations that once seemed like mere speculation are starting to take shape in a way that promises to shake not only the Western Conference, but the balance of the entire NBA. The name at the center of it all? Ja Morant. That's right. The explosive point guard, known for his acrobatic moves, gravity-defying plays, and ability to decide games on his own, is reportedly about to don the Golden State Warriors jersey. According to insider information, the athlete has agreed to a 4-season contract. A decision that, if confirmed, will not just be another impactful transfer, but a historic move capable of rewriting the possibilities for the Californian franchise in the coming years. Analysts are already describing this union as a combination that can transform not only the team's playing style, but also the direction of the NBA's trade market, creating a new paradigm of how high-level stars can reshape their destinies. And why would this agreement be so significant? The answer lies in the almost perfect fit between Morant's attributes and the Warriors' collective philosophy. What has always defined the franchise is the pursuit of speed, tactical intelligence, off-ball movement, and the art of long-distance shooting. Now add to that the aggressiveness of a player who attacks the paint with the same intensity as a dominant forward charging toward the basket, and you have a formula ready to destabilize any opposing defense. Stephen Curry, the master of three-point shooting, has already shown countless times that he can elevate the level of everyone around him. Draymond Green, with his game reading, versatile defense, and leadership, remains the emotional heart of the team. Now, imagine adding to this a point guard capable of breaking defensive lines with absurd speed, creating plays with the dribble, and turning fast breaks into highlights that end up among the plays of the season. This combination promises to be devastating. Sources close to the situation say that talks between Morant's representatives and the Warriors' management have progressed faster than expected, driven by clear mutual interests. For the player, it's the chance to compete for titles immediately within an established winning structure. For the franchise, it's an opportunity to inject youth, dynamism, and spectacle into a team looking to extend its competitive window. It's a marriage where both sides come out as winners. On the court, as well as in cultural and commercial impact, the buzz is already massive. On social media, fans are sharing edited images of Morant in the blue and gold jersey, imagining impossible plays alongside Curry and Green. Sports programs are dedicating entire segments to analyzing possible lineups and tactical variations that could arise from this addition. Even rivals are starting to speak out, recognizing that an official announcement could force the entire Western Conference to rethink their defensive strategies. What stands out most, however, is the perception that this move would not just be a luxury reinforcement, but a true game-changing moment. Bringing Morant means much more than adding talent. It represents creating a new narrative, a new identity for the next decade, a blend of spectacle, speed, audacity, and discipline, capable of consolidating the Warriors as protagonists of an era that seemed to be coming to an end, but could now be reborn with full force. And this is exactly where analysts agree. The timing is perfect. The NBA landscape is constantly evolving, with changes to the salary cap, new rules, and teams becoming increasingly aggressive in their pursuit of big names. The Warriors, always remembered for their intelligence in strategic moves, see in Morant not just a reinforcement, but a visionary step that guarantees competitive and market relevance for the future. Behind the scenes, it's also suggested that the player didn't make this decision by chance. Reports indicate that his trusted team spent hours reviewing game footage, studying the Warriors' playing philosophy, and speaking with members of the current rotation. The result of this immersion was the conclusion that the fit would be natural, almost inevitable. The chance to become part of a system that encourages creativity, improvisation, and collective intelligence weighed heavily in Morant's acceptance of the challenge. With that, expectations are rising, and if the official confirmation comes in the next few days, we will witness one of the biggest signing announcements in recent years. Experts are already projecting scenarios, fans are creating theories, and the NBA world is eagerly awaiting confirmation. One certainty, however, already exists. If this partnership becomes a reality, it will be impossible to watch a Warriors game without expecting something extraordinary with every possession. Even though the official announcement has yet to be made, the intensity of leaks and the consistency of information already make it clear that this is not just empty speculation. In several reputable American sports journalism sources, the same message repeats. Talks are at an advanced stage, and confidence that an agreement will be reached is growing stronger. This creates an atmosphere of expectation that affects not only Dub Nation fans but the entire league, as the arrival of a talent like Morant to San Francisco could redefine the balance of power in the NBA. And it's not an exaggeration to say that the very idea of Morant wearing the blue and gold jersey has already started to provoke practical repercussions. Betting houses, for example, quickly adjusted their projections. The Warriors' odds to win the next season's title rose, even without official confirmation. This kind of movement shows how powerful perception is in the sports world. Even before a player steps on the court, the market is already reacting to the possibilities. Experts also point to a factor that's rarely discussed but essential: salary cap management. Being able to fit a contract of this magnitude within the NBA's financial rules requires skill and planning, something the Warriors' front office has demonstrated frequently in recent years. The deal with Morant wouldn't just be a bold move, but also an example of sports financial engineering, where risks are carefully measured to maximize benefits both on and off the court. For rivals, this possibility is a nightmare. There are already discussions on how to prepare for defenses capable of containing Morant's speed in transition, combined with the spacing Curry creates in any tactical setup. It's like trying to put out a fire that spreads in multiple directions at once. Closing down the paint opens up space for three-point shots, and marking shooters closely allows the new point guard to attack the paint with power. The thought of facing this offensive ecosystem is already keeping elite coaches awake at night. Moreover, the off-court impact is equally massive. The Golden State Warriors are already one of the most valuable and recognizable sports brands in the world. Morant's arrival amplifies this reach, attracting even more young fans who identify with his bold and aggressive style. We're talking about jerseys selling out in minutes, new marketing contracts, and an even more dominant digital presence. It's no surprise that market experts describe this move as something that transcends basketball and solidifies itself as a cultural event. Another interesting point is how this signing could affect the mentality within the locker room. The Warriors have always been praised for their chemistry and team unity, something that has led them to historic accomplishments. Introducing a personality like Morant, known for his intensity and charisma, could elevate this atmosphere to a new level. Sources close to the organization suggest that management believes his confidence could inspire younger players and even reinforce the leadership of veterans, creating a continuous cycle of motivation. And we can't overlook the technical aspect. Morant isn't just a highlight player. His court vision, defensive reading, and ability to create opportunities for his teammates are attributes that fit perfectly into the Warriors' fast pass and constant movement system. The synergy between these elements could transform the offense into something virtually unstoppable, an offensive spectacle that blends creativity with surgical precision. But some point out the risks. Injuries are always a concern, especially for athletes who rely so heavily on explosive physicality. Additionally, critics question whether adapting to an already established system could cause friction or limitations in the beginning. Even so, most analysts believe that the balance between risk and reward tilts heavily in the positive direction. Morant's youth, combined with the veteran's experience, creates an almost perfect mix to sustain immediate competitiveness while planning for the future. Meanwhile, on social media, the euphoria is only growing. Fans are already putting together ideal lineups, simulating formations, and even imagining historic conference finals against giants of the Western Conference. The narrative has already taken on a life of its own, turning into a soap opera followed day after day. Each insider post, rumor, or comment fuels an expectation that only seems to grow. The league, in turn, watches closely. It's not just the impact on a specific team, but on the global dynamics of the NBA. With Morant possibly arriving at the Warriors, other franchises will have to act, either by strengthening their rosters or changing their strategies to avoid falling behind. This is the domino effect of a big signing. It doesn't just affect the team acquiring the player, it forces the whole league to react. The curious thing is to notice how this rumor is already shaping discussions well beyond basketball itself. Some sports marketing experts suggest that Morant's possible arrival to the Warriors could trigger a new wave of globalization for the franchise. The Warriors are already known as one of the NBA's most international teams, with fans spread from Asia to Latin America. Now, adding Morant's charisma and media presence could be the fuel to further expand this reach, attracting young, connected audiences who seek a player capable of defying the limits of physics with every play. Another relevant point is how this potential deal reinforces the idea that the Warriors are not ready to let their dynasty end. Many analysts, after the last few seasons, began to suggest that the team's winning cycle had come to an end. However, this kind of move shows the opposite. There's a willingness to reinvent themselves, to renew the energy, and to build a new chapter of glory. It's a direct message to the entire NBA. Golden State is not ready to step off the stage, and once again, the moment seems perfect. Other franchises have been making aggressive moves, trying to form super teams capable of competing for titles immediately. If Morant is confirmed in San Francisco, the Warriors will not only follow this trend, but may even surpass it, creating a unique combination of winning experience with explosive youth. In terms of roster balance, few could compete with that. Fans, of course, are already living in a climate of anxiety. Fan pages, specialized forums, and even independent broadcasts are dedicating hours to analyzing how rotations would look with Morant. Some believe he could take on a leadership role at certain times of the season, giving Curry a break. Others imagine an even more dynamic system, where the duo would swap roles to keep opposing defenses in constant doubt. Whatever the scenario, the consensus is that the mere possibility of this fit is electrifying. It's also important to highlight the perspective of tactical experts. Many emphasize that Morant's speed could revolutionize the Warriors' game pace, making them an even more deadly team in fast breaks. What was already a nightmare for opponents could become unbearable. The threat of the three-pointer, combined with fast drives and acrobatic finishes, creates an offensive arsenal like never before. Not to mention Morant's ability to create opportunities for his teammates, making every possession a chance for a spectacle. On the other hand, this rumor has also sparked debates about how assertive the Warriors' management has been in identifying opportunities. In such a competitive league, where every detail can mean the difference between glory and frustration, anticipating moves and acting in a calculated way is crucial. Bringing in Morant, if it happens, would be further proof that the franchise knows how to balance risks and benefits, always with an eye on the present while not compromising the future. In recent hours, there have even been reports that the coaching staff may already be simulating lineups with Morant on the court. Although nothing has been confirmed, the mere fact that this kind of information is circulating shows how the rumor has taken on a life of its own and is already influencing internal planning. If these conversations become a reality, the coach's job will be one of the most exciting in years, finding the perfect formula to integrate a top-tier talent into an already established system. Rivals, in turn, have no choice but to closely follow every step of this process. Historic rivals like the Lakers and Clippers have already shown interest in big reinforcements, but the possible arrival of Morant to the Warriors could force these franchises to immediately rethink their plan. After all, facing Curry was already a gigantic challenge. Adding a player with the aggressiveness and unpredictability of Morant makes this mission almost impossible. It's also worth noting the impact this move could have on young NBA players. Many see Morant as a role model, someone who shows that it's possible to combine technical skill with explosive physicality in a spectacular way. If he joins a franchise with the Warriors' winning tradition, the inspirational effect could multiply, influencing a new generation of athletes who will grow up admiring this style of basketball. And as if that wasn't enough, there's also the cultural dimension. Basketball has always been more than just a sport in the United States. It's part of the identity, music, fashion, and art. Ja Morant, with his irreverent and magnetic style, has the potential to become not just an NBA star but a pop icon. Placing such a figure on the global stage that the Warriors provide means opening doors to projects, partnerships, and initiatives that can transcend any boundary. Now, picture the scene. The Chase Center in San Francisco packed, fans cheering with every dribble from Morant, every improbable pass, and the dunks defying gravity. Next to Curry, the long-distance master, and Green, the defensive anchor, Morant could be the missing piece that allows the Warriors to dominate the NBA once again. The impact would not be limited to the game itself, but to the Golden State brand, which could become even more global and culturally relevant. All of this creates an atmosphere of expectation that has the basketball world eagerly awaiting. Fans from all over the world, from Brazil to Asia, from Mexico to Europe, are now imagining what would happen if this partnership comes to life. Social media is buzzing, betting houses have adjusted the odds, and the NBA's transfer market has never been so alive with rumors and speculations. We are witnessing a historic moment in the league, and everything could change in a matter of days. So if you haven't done it yet, subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and activate the notifications. Stay on top of all the updates on this possible bombshell in the basketball world. The future of the Warriors and the NBA is at stake, and you won't want to miss any detail of this story. This potential move of Ja Morant to the Warriors has all the ingredients to become one of the biggest chapters in recent NBA history. The combination of talent, strategy, and market influence could not only renew the Warriors' dynasty, but also redefine the future of global basketball. If confirmed, it will be more than a transfer. It will be a revolution in the game, and you, Warriors fan, will follow all of this closely, right here on the channel. Now don't forget, subscribe, like the video, and share with your friends. Let's follow every step of this saga together and see what the future holds for us. See you in the next video.